Peace, Lotek1200, aka DJ Lotek Knowledge Tree Hip Hop. Today we're going to give you a little lesson on DJing, also drop a few little knowledge bombs on the history of DJing and the history of the hip hop DJ going right back to Jamaica in the 1950s. So, going back to Jamaica in the 1950s, we had Jamaican workers which were going over to America, and they were getting their hands on American R&B records which were popular in Jamaica at the time. They were taking these records back to Jamaica, and they were being hired as part of the sound system, which was a crew of an MC and a DJ, or a selector as it was called back in the day, because they just play on one turntable and they just select records and they just play one after another after another. And they come in with their sound systems, which also consisted of these huge, great big speakers and amps, and they'd come in and they'd play in intermissions between jazz bands. And it wasn't long before it gained popularity and they became the main feature of these events. And sound system culture took off as being a pivotal part of Jamaican musical history, leading on to reggae, ska, dub, etc., etc. That's another story for another day. Anyway, continuing on with Jamaican history as it pertains to the hip-hop DJ, we had a man named DJ Kool Herc, and he was known as the godfather of hip-hop. And his claim to fame was that he played what was known as the very first hip-hop party. And this was way back in 1973, before there was such thing as a hip-hop record. But what made this party hip-hop as opposed to other parties was he took the method of the disco DJs in New York and Manhattan back in the day of using two turntables, so you could smoothly and seamlessly mix from one tune into another, keep the music rolling for the dancers. But what he also did that was different is he was playing funk and soul and more drum-driven records. And what he discovered was that the B-boys and the B-girls, they would get down on the part of the record which was later known as the break, where the vocals would stop and just the drum break would come in and the B-boys and the B-girls would get down and do their thing. So on August 11th, 1973, he threw a party for his sister Cindy to help her raise money to go back to school, buy some new threads, buy some books, some stationery, etc., etc. And he threw the first party where he just spun break after break after break, and it was all about the B-boys and the B-girls. And that is officially known as history's first hip-hop party. From then on, we have a man named Grandmaster Flash, who, amongst other things, was an electrician. And one of the things he brought to hip-hop was he created the cue system on the mixer, as we see today, or as he called it back in the day, the peekaboo system. And what this allowed him to do was he could hear the record that wasn't currently playing on the sound system, and he could use this to take two copies of the same drum break, realising what Kool Herc had realised about the dancers wanting to get down on this drum break. And he used this to extend it end to end to end, so he could take a 10-second drum break and he could extend it for minutes at a time, so the dancers could keep going and doing their thing. From then on, we had a man named Africa Bambaataa, who again, amongst other things, including being the founder of the Universal Zulu Nation, was known as the Master of Records. And his claim to fame there was having the record collection, having those deep crates, those obscure breaks that none of the other DJs around town had. So that made him something to witness in his own, to come and witness the music that wasn't currently being heard around New York at the time, and hearing those real obscure breaks, world music, all sorts of kind of stuff that no one else had access to at the time. From then on, we had Grand Wizard Theodore, who was known as being the inventor of the scratch. And then after that, we had DJ Steve D of the original X-Men, and he's known as being the inventor of beat juggling, or the funk as he called it in the day. And that was similar to Grandmaster Flash's system of playing loops back to back to back, but he took it a step further and he broke it down beat by beat by beat to make a completely original drum break out of two existing and matching drum breaks on a pair of records. Okay, we're going to give you a little demo now. We're going to start off with mixing or blending. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take this record here, Ebonics by Big L, and we're going to mix it into this one here, Essentials by KRS-One, and we're going to blend smoothly and seamlessly from this record here into this record here. So it keeps the music rolling, keeps the B-boys b-boying, keeps the dancers doing their thing. From there, I'm going to throw on another copy of this KRS-One record on this turntable. We're going to go into backspinning or looping, like we were talking about Grandmaster Flash. We're going to take that break, we're going to loop it back to back to back to back, keep that rolling for a little while. And then after that, we're going to break it down one step further. We're going to go into the beat juggle, like we were talking about with DJ Steve D, where we're going to take the kick drum and we're going to manipulate that to break it down and make a whole new and fresh drum break out of these two existing drum breaks on these two existing records. All right, let's go. least, scratching. Let's get in. Alright, so we've just showed you the basics of a DJ set. We've gone through mixing and blending, we've gone through looping or backspinning, we've gone through beat juggling, and finally we've gone through scratching. So if we can take those four components, that is your basic essential elements of a DJ set in that order. Very first, most important, track selection. Secondly, you're going to be able to blend those tracks together nice and smooth. No one wants to hear train wrecks. Third, beat juggling, looping. That's how you take those dope parts of a record and play them back to back to back, give the people what they want. And lastly, and not least, but also the one that everyone wants to start with, but you should really wait until later because it's the final icing on the cake. It's the pepper, it's the spice on your set, it's the scratching. So in that order, track selection, mixing and blending, looping and beat juggling, scratching. Now you're a hip hop DJ.